Hello everyone, Jack Boyles with Steam Engines USA, and today we're looking at this 1930s Jensen Model 25 with the riveted boiler. This steam engine is one of the first produced from Tom Jensen at the Jensen Manufacturing Company. This steam engine would have been probably late 30s. Mr. Jensen started his company in 1932. This is a really nice, untouched, unrestored engine. So it's in very good condition based on being a 1930s. I would say late 30s, but it is one of the earlier ones. The things that tell us that is this cast iron base and original paint is the robin egg shell blue, or robin egg blue. This dates it a little bit earlier. It does have the lugs on the cast iron base instead of having holes drilled through the base, so it's puts it into the late 30s. The earlier mid 30s models, he actually had screws going through the base. This one has a round bar here, the push rod, basically with the eccentrics here. The rod here is a square base. It's a small cylinder. It does have the square throttle valve. The later versions of this were rounded. And the earlier versions, the early 1930s, they didn't have any. There was no throttle valve at all. So it is a riveted boiler. It's dirty. I haven't cleaned it. I haven't done anything to it. There is a little corrosion and buildup in there, so I'll take this apart and clean it up really good. It does have a heater underneath it. I haven't taken a look to see what type. If it's a belly heater or if it's the tray. It's kind of, I don't know if we can see under there, but we'll take a look and find out. It has the original smokestack with it. This is something that you don't always see with these engines. Typically these smokestacks are lost. So this one, it's a brass smokestack that's just been painted black, and that's typically what Mr. Jensen had on these steam engines. So some people put it upside down with the little flare, and I prefer to put it with the flare facing up. So it does have a wide pop-up valve. Looks like there you go. So that's not the original type of gasket that needs to go on it, so we'll fix that later. The whistle is in really good shape, and as you can see, the top, see how it's recessed? That also tells us that this is an early whistle. And I've got a couple of examples beside of it, and I'll be able to show you the differences. So this is an early 1930s whistle. This one would have been probably, I would say, late 50s maybe, because it still has a brass tag. This is another 25, a little bit later model. As you can see, this one is pretty much the same steam engine. The paint is a giveaway. The thickness of the eccentric, see how thick that is? That is a giveaway. Here's 50, see how much thinner it is? Yeah, big difference. Here's one even later. Oh, it's got a reverser on it. This would have been late 50s probably, or late 40s, because it's still a black firebox, right around 1950. See this whistle here? This is typical what you get during that time period. This whistle, see, pop-up valve, it's all smaller it's getting, and when you put them beside each other, you can see the difference. So that one's a lot bigger. It's not the widest one I've seen, but it's pretty wide. Let's see here. The sight tube and the screws, see how small these screws are? 1950s. Got a big screw. Late 40s, 50s. That's how it changed. So there are some differences here. But all in all, just a really nice engine. I like these riveted early model Jensens. They are my favorite out of all the Jensens. It's just something about a riveted steam engine. The cord on this, it's original cord, original plug. It's in really good shape. The logo is one, I believe this one may be painted on. It's kind of hard to tell if it was painted or if it was the little decal that they would put on these steam engines. So part of it's still there. And I think that's pretty much it. You got your flywheel is not painted. Some of these, the flywheel would be painted. Others were not. So just all in all, a really nice steam engine. This one came from the same owner that's had it since 1950. Gentleman by the name of Richard, or he actually goes by Dick. He is from Cary, North Carolina, and this was a Christmas gift when he was 9 years old, and he's had it ever since then. He actually, my understanding is, he shared this with his family to see if they wanted to keep it. And they just didn't have a whole lot of interest in it, so he decided to sell this engine and buy something else that he was interested in. So I met with him, and we agreed on a price, and here it is. So the firebox is in pretty good shape. Just a couple little scratches here and there. No major dings or dents or damage. It does have an early smokestack base, so you can see on this one the differences in the smokestack base. So just a really nice early example. So this one, a lot of these engines I sell, buy and sell them, but especially hobby line stuff. But this one is one that I'm keeping for our collection. So I'll clean it up, polish it up. It should be looking brand new by the time I get done doing that, and it'll be going into our collection here at Steam Engines USA for display and to show and to have conversations about. So a great piece of history right here. Wonderful, complete, all original engine that you don't see that very often. And I think that's what I like about this engine the most, is it's 100% complete. There's nothing missing. It's all here, and it's in pretty decent shape. The board's got typical wear, but it's not in bad shape at all. It's a nice little steam engine. Everything functions, everything works. Heater works. So there you go. So from High Point, North Carolina, a riveted 1930s Jensen Model 25. Thanks for watching.